What's going on, everybody? Did anyone spot my staircase? Behind my setup, my camera was apparently facing that way. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? My apologies for any coughs or anything. Apparently, I'm getting some kind of little cold. And I got some lozenges with me. Before we get started, let me grab the link to the Polymaker giveaway. While I'm doing that, let me know if you can see me and hear me okay, if you can hear the music, all that fun stuff. It looks like YouTube and Twitch are both not only live, but the chats are working, which is good. All right, let me copy this link. All right, let's go ahead and post it on YouTube first. Enter here for your chance to win Polymaker filaments. Must be present. Smiley face. Paste link. We're going to copy that. Let's go ahead and pin that at the top of the comments so everyone can go ahead and jump in on that. And now let's go to Twitch. Paste this. Bada bing, bada boom. Nope, can't do that. Gotta go to Twitch over here and do that. Alright, bear with. Go to channel. We're live on the channel. Turn the audio off. Alright, here we go. Pin that. Boom. And there we go. Alright. So we are now live everywhere. The links are there. So at the end of these live streams, Polymaker has sponsored the live streams, and they give away some filament. And you could be the lucky winner. It can be international. The only rule there is you have to be present to win. If you're not present, I'll draw and pick another winner. But how is everybody doing? Let me catch up with the chat. Hey, Luke's number one. What's going on, man? How are you, Digital Dragon? Ghetto Nerd. What's up? Haven't seen that name here. What's happening? Phil Third. Wick, Tintalon. Eric. Maker Viking. Hey, what's up, man? Swamper, hello. LRE, it is Wednesday. Isn't that quick? We'll do another one tomorrow too. Probably a slightly less casual one, like a working one. We'll be actually doing something. Lamrith, what's happening? One Raz. Let's see. Da Vinci, what's up? 5x5. Sean Don. What a name! I love the name. Let's see. All right. Pardon me if I fall asleep. No worries. Doing well, working on Tinker Atlas. By the way, guys, check out tinkeratlas.com. Maker Viking just recently set this up and launched it. It's a pretty cool social network for 3D printing nerds. It seems cool. You can connect with other people. You can post your projects. You can keep track of all your printers and our mods. Make printer builds on there. Really cool little platform, something fresh for sure. So check that out. Tinker, what did I say before? Tinker Atlas. It's right there. Tinker Atlas. There we go. Hey Nigel, what's up? Playing with laser. Interesting. Nice. Open beta. That's right. That's okay. We get it. We know what? Maker Viking. We get printers that are in open beta, and their setup is as ready to go machine. So, I could really use this hot coffee today. That's for sure. Tonight, rather. All right, guys. So for today, we have a bunch of things to unbox, and then if we still have time left over, which we definitely should, then I'll play with some firmware, either on the Micron, which maybe we'll just do the Micron, or the Creality K1 Max, because I want to print with that machine. Equally, though, because the Micron is pretty fun. Hopefully B Cuddy's around. I'm going to need his help with the Micron stuff. I know he sent some links and stuff. But there's a bunch of stuff I'm going to unbox. I tried to have all the links to all the things that I'm looking at down below. I think the only thing I didn't link is Soriatex filament, now that I think about it. Hey, Martin. How you doing, man? Print Father. Yeah, so let's just jump in, right? How's it going, Feder? How I'm mentally and physically? I'm doing great. Everything's good. enjoying it. I'm really happy that I can do these streams a little bit more consecutively like this and consistently. They're really fun to do, and I get to hang out with you guys. So good. How about you, Quinn? How about you? Do the K1 Max Swamper? I've had a couple questions come up. I know people are really interested in it, and I am too. Like I said, it's one of my favorite machines. That's why I kept it so long, despite all the 3D printers that have come through here. But the Micron is literally in front of me right here on the desk, and the reason why I keep bringing it up is not only, well, do I want a tool changer here to compare to other things that are coming soon, as you might already know, but I also have a second display that my buddy gave me. So if I put the second display here, it actually has to go where that Micron is. And the second display will help me because I'm right now, for example, I'm using my monitor and a 27-inch. So I'll have two 27 inches, so I won't have to squint when I'm reading your chat and all that kind of fun stuff. It'll help. So hanging in there, hey, that's all we can do, you know? Sarai-Tech PETCF is now my favorite filament. That is a good one. Sarai-Tech makes some really, really good filaments. I've been testing some TPU by them lately. And that one foaming TPU is incredible. And this one is Sarai-Tech Flex Rebound. So this is meant for dynamic parts. So apparently this stuff flexes, but it comes back, whereas regular TPU doesn't. That's why if you print a airless basketball, for example, in regular TPU, it'll absorb the impact but won't bounce back. This apparently will bounce back. And this one is in black. So yeah. I guess we're talking about it already, but yeah, so this is the first thing to unbox. Sarai-Tech has sent this over for the channel for me to try out. So if you guys want to see something specific in this, I would love to print it. I'm actually thinking of football, like an airless football. I would love to do that. And then maybe do like a filament change with white lacing. That'll be pretty cool, right? Like a black airless ball with white lacing on TPU. That'd be cool. Hold on, sneezing. Whew! Did I mute that in time? That was a huge sneeze. My bad, guys. What's going on under this? Nothing? I had my buddy watch my cat while I was on vacation, and he likes to come down and do some little thing that I'll only find out a while later that messes me up. Like he'll just move a single benchy out of alignment or something. And I know he messed down here. I don't know what he did yet. But I'll find out. I haven't. I'm really happy with it. Nice. Cool. Me too. Hey, Mark. I'll be at the Long Island Retro Gaming Expo. Nice. There's a Retro Gaming Expo? That sounds cool. Speaking of that, Mark, I did just finish up my wall over here. Let's see if I can get it over there, over top of this stuff. Oh, here we go. There we go. So I got most of the panels in. I'm only missing two that are way back there where I have to remove like a whole bunch of machines to get to. But I got all my consoles on there except for this little guy. Wait for it. Wait for it. This is a recent pickup. And my current one handheld that I'm playing some games on. A little Pixel 2 by GKD. GKD, Pixel 2. Little guy, tiny. Plays PSP really well. PS1 really well. I've been playing some Gran Turismo 2, the campaign, on this little guy. But that's why it's not on there, because I've been actually carrying this on me and using it. But yeah, wall is done. I got a couple more of the updated, what's it called? What are these things called? Why can't I remember words? Why are words so difficult? What the heck's up with brains in English? Come on, what's the word? It's not bench. It's not rack. What is it? Gosh, man, I swear. Guys, kids, wear your helmets, okay? And don't hit your head repeatedly. Shelf. The word is shelf that I forgot. I got more shelves printed to go on this side, and the only thing I need to do here is paint this bad boy black. And I have that paint. I just need to have the time to paint. Bless you. Thank you. Lift your eyeballs on the floor after that one. Yeah, something like that. They're celebrating 40 years of Nintendo. Cool, cool, cool. Nice wall. Yeah, thank you. Looks like a Radio Shack display wall. Yeah, I like that. I'll take that. Yeah. Words hard, book long. Exactly, exactly. All right, so Sarai Tech, hold on. You know what? While we're on this subject, here, let's do this. Since they did me a favor and sent it, I should do a favor back and put up a link, right? Give me 1 second. I think I have a link to Piopoli, which is also Soraya Tech. So I think they have that there. Let me see. Piopoli. Can I switch? Can I switch who this is from? Dashboard. No, I can't. Settings. Okay. Let's do it this way, because this is specifically Sunlu. And it looks like the only way I can sign into the other one is by signing out of this one. That's going to take forever. Okay, let me check my other links on 3D Print SOS. Let me sign into there real quick. It's probably going to need Authenticator. No, we're good. Okay. Let's go to Pretty Links. And here, I can search Piopoli. I believe, okay, I have the Magneto link. And I think if we put in the Magneto link, it'll take you to Piopoli. And if you go to filaments, these are Piopoli filaments. Interesting. They have a PPACF, PETGCF, and a PET. I mean, they are Soraya Tech. Like, it is the same thing. All right, let me do it right. Hold on, guys. Just chill out with me for a minute, okay? Let's go to, do I have one from ShareSale? Because if I do, I can put that one up. And that would be helpful for everyone involved. So let me check. Merchants. Search. Siraya. No, they don't have one. Okay, then I'll just put up this one. I'll put up the Piopoli one. And just so you guys know, the Piopoli link will take you to the same gist. I'll even put Soraya Tech / Piopoli. All right, I'll hit save. So that'll be down in the description. Okay. Let me exit out all the stuff that I opened and come back to you guys. All right. What is that SKU? X004 QF0L7T. And this stuff's called Flex Rebound. Use their glass fiber. It's good stuff. Wait till you're in your 60s where it's stuck in cobwebs in your mind. I swear, I was just at, I think it was my daughter's softball game, and someone came up and they like asked me this question about the team. And I just blanked. I'm like, I can't believe I can't get these words out. Well, when you put me on the spot like that, it obviously came to me a few minutes later, like the shelf thing did. But I swear, it's all downhill. Hey, Papa's here. What's happening? I have Soraya Tech ABS GF. It's great stuff. It really is great stuff. I have a bunch of Soraya Tech filament, and it's all been really good. I haven't had a single quirk or anything. They just make great stuff. Started about a year ago. Been happening for years. Hey, Rook, how you doing? What are you unboxing? I'm unboxing all of these things. The e-dryer, a whole bunch of Hodo stuff. some other little products here and there, some cool filament, and yeah, then we'll do a little bit of firmware if I have the time. Fiber Heart Rebound 98. It is so much, yeah, yeah. That's funny. Hey, Kali, how you doing? All right, since we started with filament, why don't we just stick with that theme for now? So as you can see, Sunlu has sent me a bunch of stuff, and Sunlu has actually, this is a fun stat for no reason that no one cares about. Sunlu is one of the first companies to ever reach out and work with me on the channel, like even before VoxLab and anybody else really. So Sunlu's been the longest standing working with me, which is pretty cool. Hey, Digital Dragon, how you doing, man? I saw your name early up here. Welcome to the stream, and hello, sir. Just opening a bunch of fun stuff that some companies sent over, and just enjoying it. But yeah, let's check this out. So the whole point was I needed to anneal some PPS-CF and some parts that I already printed. And apparently, this machine, the Fill Dryer E2, can handle that. So we're going to open that in a second. Let's get these things done and out of the way. Do you use JO? It seems the same as Sunlu to me. I have used JO, but not one that I've gone out and like specifically purchased. You know, sometimes I just need some filament that I don't have here in the studio, and I'll go on Amazon and just grab whatever the cheapest. And JO has come up often, so I've used it. I've seen it. Nothing against it, but I don't like specifically use it, if that makes sense. Like usually, if I'm doing a project that I want to show off, like that I'm going to spend some money on, like that gaming table or RC stuff, I usually like to buy premium filament, you know, like Polymaker, which I've spent hundreds of dollars on that Polymaker table, for example. And you know, it brings you joy when you know that it's going to be quality stuff, and when you're printing so much and putting so much money into it, you want to go premium. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's not Sunlu or is Sunlu. I have no idea. I'm just spewing. JO is believed the same. Yeah, cool. I think Sunlu makes a bunch of other ones, don't they? Hey, Nico, what's up, man? How you doing, dude? Have you used any PLA HT? I have a stack right there of PLA HT. I haven't had a chance. I wish I did, and I will get to it. That's why I'm keeping it right there, not on the shelf, so that I can constantly be reminded that I need to get to it. Amelin has also sent a couple filaments, which we'll take a look at. Much to my surprise, Bamboo also sent 2 filaments over, which is cool. I haven't talked to Bamboo in a little while, so they must be happy with something. So that's great. But yeah, you know, PLHT seems really cool and a great idea, and once again pushing filament forward, and I am all for it. All right, let's get through these Sunlu filaments. So let's see what they sent here. We got PA12CF, so a nylon carbon fiber. Obviously in black, and this says 1 kilogram. It seems hefty. There's like a bulge right there. I wonder what's up with that. Oh, it's just the way the packaging is. Oh no, there's something poking through the spool. Look at that. I think the spool must have gotten broken. There's a little piece right there. What's in there? I'm really curious. There's like a piece of plastic in there. Actually, you know what? Nah, did it puncture all the way? I can't tell. If it punctured all the way, we might as well open it. So, let's do that. Let's do that. Here we go. What was that poked us? Oh, you know what it was? It's their filament clip that they give you. They give you one of these little clips so that you don't get anything tangled in there. Some desiccant. So yeah, this is some really nice. Ooh, that feels real brittle, which is a good thing that you want for PA12. The PA12CF, cool. I destroyed this bag, so let me grab another bag to put this in. And then we will have to dry this. I have bags. Oh, I had bags back here. Let's see if they still exist. Not that way, they don't. Move this out the way. Here we go. Stay organized, boys and girls. Stay organized. Polymaker makes the most of Micro Center's Inland brand filaments. Yeah, Inland is also fantastic. Haven't used them in a bit, though, to be honest. I used to go to Micro Center and buy filament all the time. If you spool the Strong Hero 3D brand PLAs from Amazon, prints really well. Strong Hero has some really interesting filaments, just in general. I know they're like, I guess, a cheaper brand, or maybe not, but they make some interesting filaments. They were definitely one of the first carbon fibers I ever tried. I think it was actually PETG carbon fiber way back in the day, before they were popular, before that type of filament was popular. If you okay, we read that one. Are you planning on doing a video of all upgrades to KOMX? I am, but there's a line. Essentially, the first video I'm doing that has to go live on the channel is comparing the 85X and the Cobra S1. I've been printing on them for weeks. I've been writing pros and cons. I just have to film it. That's the only thing, and I have to edit it. I'm gonna make my goal is to have that out by the end of the week. I also have to technically make a video for the FL Sun. Is it also called the S1? Called the S1 Pro. What else? I have to make a video on the H2D. I've just been really testing everything. I've been just using them every day and just putting filament through everything, and not really rushing the video part. The manufacturers don't like that at all. Like they send me emails almost daily asking for updates, and you know, I just don't want to rush making a review of something I don't use. So you guys see them in the background all the time doing stuff. Then I also have the brand new Prusa Core 1 conversion kit to turn my MK4S, which I really like, don't want to get rid of, but I'm going to turn that into a Core 1. That's going to be cool. I have a resin machine by Creality's new brand, PO Create. So we have that. We have the A8 to build, the original A8. There's a lot. There's a all PPS printed Death Racer right there that needs to be built sooner than later. The list goes on and on, baby. So those are all the videos that I have to do. Also on top of that is the K1 video and the Micron tool changer. So busy, all right? Okay, let's keep going. So we have some PA12CF. Let's see what's next. We have some PA6GF. So this is nylon glass fiber. And what is the difference between the 12 and the 6? Is it the amount of carbon fiber? PA6GF versus PA12CF. Let's see if something comes up in Google. Yeah, they're both nylon. Sure. High performance engineer. Okay, yep. Is there... What's the difference here? Stiffness. So 12 is just more carbon fiber in it. Better dimensional stability. Offers higher heat resistance. Low shrinkage rate. Okay. Choosing between... For application requiring superior strength, toughness, thermal performance, PA6 may be preferred. However, dimensional stability, predictability, lower moisture absorption, you want 12. From what I understand about these filaments, is if you add more or less of the other material, whether it's carbon fiber or glass fiber, you're getting a stiffer material, but less of the actual material. So if it's nylon and you're putting 20% in it, for example, it'll be completely different than 10% because now you have less of the nylon inside of the plastic, which makes it a little stiffer, or so on and so forth. But PA6GF25, yes, but this doesn't say 25 after the GF, so I don't actually know the percentages of those things based on the name. But yeah, there's PA6 and there's PA12. So I know they're both nylon, but I don't know what the difference between the 12 and the 6 is actually. Are the chemical mixes of polyamide? Okay, interesting. Different polymer properties unrelated to the CF. Interesting. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I never actually knew that. So I never knew what the 6 and the 12 is. I've seen them a million times, obviously, and I knew they were both nylon, but never actually knew. But it seems like 12 is stiffer, 6 is more nylon. And nylon will bend before it snaps. So, all right, so we got PA12 CF and PA6 GF, carbon fiber and glass fiber. 6 is more ductile. That's a word. Ductile. English is wild, guys. I swear. Every single day, I'm more and more impressed with these words. I don't know why I opened that. So the other thing we have is PC ABS, and that's also really interesting. What would be the application for PC polycarbonate ABS mix? Immigrant. That's funny. Ductile. Bendy and stretchy before it breaks. Really? I thought maybe it had more quacks per minute. That's a horrible dad joke. Worth it. Guys, what is a legitimate question? What would be a good use for a PC ABS blend? Seems really interesting. This doesn't have any fiber material additive inside of this, or added inside of this, which means this is going to be probably pretty flexible. I just want ASA without fumes. That's right. That's true. That's true. And I just want transparent black ABS. PC ABS for high temp applications? I mean, yeah, they're all going to be high temp applications. Резиновый. Yeah, this doesn't really say anything, so you'd have to look it up. So, like, if you want ABS properties, but you want slightly higher temperature resistance than normal ABS, you add more polycarbonate in it, and you'd want more ABS in your PC because PC is hard to print. Chemical resistant? It could be. I legitimately don't know. All right, and then we have a PA6 CF. Oh, okay, so we have a PS6 glass fiber and a PS6 carbon fiber. So that would actually be an interesting thing to try out back to back and see what the real difference is. So, for example, from what I know, and I don't know if that's true for this specific filament, but whenever these things say carbon fiber, it's mostly carbon fiber dust. They purchase these things because it's a byproduct of companies that cut and grind carbon fiber. You can't get rid of carbon fiber; like, it never goes away. So one way they recycle is to put in another product. So whenever it says carbon fiber, it's usually the actual, like, there's some fibers in it, obviously, but it's mostly like dust, essentially. And the reason why you'd want that in filament is because it takes away some of the main material, in this case, for example, nylon, and adds more of the carbon fiber dust, which makes it stiffer, less likely to shrink. All sorts of actual benefits happen by adding the carbon fiber stuff in it. It's not actual fibers that are going to link anything together, but it's a very stiff material that goes in here and helps make these things easier to print and adds like a texture. Whereas the glass fiber is also dust, but because it's glass fibers, they actually are slightly elongated instead of just dust bits. And this would help with slight adhesion and more strength between the actual, in the actual filament strand itself. Not in between, but in the actual strand. So, I don't know. If it does it really work? It does work. It's not for strength. So originally, like, carbon fiber itself is for strength. Like, it is really strong material. But when it's an additive into these filaments, It doesn't actually make it stronger. In most cases, it makes it a little bit weaker, but it adds other things that we want in filament that make it easier to print. It gives it a texture on the outside. It stops it from shrinking more because there's less of that material, and there's a very rigid material inside the filament. So adding the carbon fiber, it might sound to someone, I guess it might sound to people like it's something that's meant to be stronger, but it's not. It actually adds other things to the filament, other properties to filament to make them more desirable and stiffer, essentially. For example, if you take a piece of just naked nylon and you go to bend it, it'll just flex and kind of pull itself like a zip tie. Zip ties are made of nylon. But if you add carbon fiber to that nylon, it will very likely snap. And that doesn't make it any stronger, but it makes it stronger in certain situations. It'll less likely collapse. It'll less likely shrink. It'll less likely pull. You know what I mean? So if you need a nylon, but you didn't need it bendy, carbon fiber. Carbon fiber PLA is one of those things. It adds a texture. It is easier to print. It'll even less likely warp or shrink because there's less of the actual PLA in there. And yeah, it is mostly for looks. It will definitely not make PLA. PLA is already so brittle. It'll be even more brittle. It'll literally crack into shards essentially. So it does have that byproduct of it. But yeah, PLA carbon fiber is mostly for looks, and there's nothing wrong with that. I print a bunch of things in PLA carbon fiber, and they're fantastic. I would say the easiest, the most simple way to think about it is if they add carbon fiber, it makes it easier to print. If your printer can print abrasives, obviously. But whatever you add that to, it's just going to make it so that, it doesn't shrink, doesn't warp, doesn't flex in the corners. It'll just be easier to print, and you get the benefit of it looking better, because it does. All right, let's do the Sunlu E2, and then we'll move on to the other fun stuff. Let me not have my address blasted on the screen. That'll be good. Mo-Betta, exactly. It's going to be Mo-Betta. Mo stiff, Mo-Betta. TPUCF. Really? That's something else right there. So I have the I've had the S2 of these. I've had the S4 of these things. What is the most recent one I have? I have the Sunlu AMS heater at the moment, and now this. So I've definitely had a ton of these heaters from Sunlu, so I'm very familiar with how all this stuff works, and I expect this to be much of the same, except even crazier. And one thing that I gotta make sure that I do is not use this on this table, because I have this rubber self-healing mat on the bottom, and whenever I've used heaters that are really hot, they get really hot, or printers that get really hot right there, I have melted those things and warped. So that's a little bit of a bummer. Not doing that with this thing. So, as you can tell, if you guys have had the S4, it looks physically much the same on the outside. Let's peel this. Except on the inside, we don't have 4 spool holders. We have... How do we open this from here? Ooh, is there a hinge this time? Oh, there's a hinge. So the previous one opened from the sides here. This is heavy. Oh, this is... Is this metal? That is an aluminum lid? What? Wait, is there an actual use for this? Like, did you... Yeah, it says caution hot. Is this used as a heat sink or... Wow, it's legitimately heavy and has a rubber grommet there. These pass-throughs are very long and rubbery as well. I don't know why I'm so blown away by that. I guess because every single other Sunlu heater that I have is very plastic. And this is really heavy. Almost like you can cook on top of that thing. That's interesting. Hey, Hedgehog, how you doing, man? Austin, what's happening? R. Brian, what's up? What's up? That guy? The CF and filaments come off post-print. There's a few videos floating around talking about it. Yes and no. There's videos, in both directions. I would just say be cautious. If you're really concerned about it, maybe stay away from it. But I don't know. I personally am in a room full of printers that print this stuff, and I'm breathing it, forever. So, watch me do it and not yourself. I do have filtration systems everywhere, but I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I've seen videos go in both directions. I've seen people showing literally it being embedded into your fingers, and I've also shown people that are in the industry say, guys, this is just clickbait stuff. That's not how it is. So I don't know. Take it for what it is. 3D X-Tech, man, they make some interesting stuff, by the way. TPU GF. I kind of want to try that out. What would that do? What would that do? Do you like the S2 dryer? Yeah, I like the S2 dryer. I've had it for years, by the way. I like that it's silent. I think I have the first gen that never had a fan. Because someone else in my previous live stream said they do, that theirs had a fan. But yeah, it's been solid. I really don't have much complaints about, but I have like miniature complaints, like the feet were annoying on that thing. But yeah, Zen, one of my last videos was comparing 9 different heaters, so definitely check that out if you're interested in the review for that. Hey Tulsa, how you doing, man? For all percent microplastics, yeah, exactly, right? What's a little CF in there, I have some CF TPU, never used it. Yeah, it seems really interesting. That's kind of like both extremes, right? Like, I almost didn't even expect to hear TPU having CF in it. I guess that would kind of make a soft touch plastic. Is that what that would make? If you removed TPU and you would added more of a harder material to that, I'm guessing it would be kind of like a soft touch plastic. So it seems kind of interesting. Austin, what color is it? Is it black? Hot oven, basically. Should never need it. Right, exactly. All right, let's see what else was in here. I'm guessing this goes in here as a rack. It goes this way. Yes, it does. So that's a rack that you can put parts into anneal. Wow, we get a glove. Interesting. I mean, this does get really, really hot, so I guess that makes sense. Some PTFE tubing, both long and short. I'm just gonna put everything in here for now. But that is looking great. You know what? I'll take this glove out, and I will put it in here. Oh, it's 2. Fantastic. 2 matching gloves. Cool. I think that's it for the Sunlu E2. But yeah, the E2 should be going 110 Celsius. And we will actually need it for another filament that we'll do next. I believe it's this box. This box is next. And I will set this up probably off stream to try it. It looks like it can fit 2 regular spools or 1 3. I don't have one loose. I wonder if the 3 will fit. Maybe it will. Hard to tell. You know what? Just the fit and finish on this heater specifically looks better than all the other Sunlu heaters. I also just noticed there is not only grommets in the hood, but also right here on the hood. Here we go again with the English. But also down here, which means you can have filament running through here, and you can still open the lid instead of disturbing the filament, which is a critique that I have over these dryers often. It looks like the bottom is on metal stilts, which I like. Is there a fan down here? It is. Hopefully that's an intake fan. And where would the exhaust be? I'm thinking the exhaust is back there as well. And that's kind of the problem that I had with them being on this mat. It ends up warping the mat from the heat. And if this can go to 110, yeah, I would make sure that this is on some kind of surface that can handle that type of thing. Cool. So this is good. I'm going to test this with some PPS CF and with this particular filament here. Let's slide this over here. This stuff right here. Let's see. Let me catch up. TPU is indestructible. CF adds a lot of stiffness. Yeah, true. Yes, check your dryer. They all should have a fan unless Sunlu confirms no fan. I have two apart, and both have had small fans. Oh, okay. Not bad. How you been? Pretty good. Pretty good. I think I'm getting a little sick, which is unfortunate, but texture black. All right, it's cool. What dryers? Again, this is the Sunlu E2. I have links to everything down below in the description. It comes with MJ's gloves. That's funny. Looks like we have a spammer on here. How do I get rid of this person? There we go. What's this little sword do? Whoops. What does the sword do? Nothing? No. How do I crush this person? The sword is reply? Click this maybe? Block. Report. Terrorism. Holy. No, this is just spam. Next. Spam. Next. Yep. Saw some more. This is a spam bot. Spam boy. This is a spam boy, everybody. Spam boy, that's just me. Like, I like spam. I think it's tasty. Block this user. Yep. Alright. See ya, guy. How come I can't hide this thing? Mod me and I can take care of... Okay, no problem. How do I mod you? Mod. Nope, that's mod actions. I don't want to block you, bro. Mod. There we go. I push the button. Unmod. Granted moderator privileges to zombie head. Look at this. Look at this. I am twitching. I'm twitching. There, ban. Nice. Yeah. Ban hammer. Ban hammer. Thank you, zombie. I appreciate that. I could be a mod. See, now everyone's gonna want to be mods. I ain't just handing them out. I should probably have a rule where you can be a mod if I met you in person, right? You're good at twitching. I'm twitching like crazy right now. You know, learning stuff, doing the things. Yeah, and 3D printering. How was your first on here? That's true. That's true. You know what? You know what, Tulsa? We're doing it. You're gonna be a mod. Let's go. I did it before. Here we go. Boom. Bam. I got mods. Don't even come in here spamming. I got mods all up on here. There we go. All right. I have another one. Hey, Korea. How you doing? Tulsa's a friend. Cool. He is. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying, you know, kids be handing out mods. All right, guys, this is another really cool one. I'm holding the box like this because my address is pretty big on the front. I think pretty much all of this stuff is pretty cool, but this one is cool. Spamming mods. Yeah, if my mods start spamming, that's something else. Guys, this is really cool stuff. This is how it comes. Right here. Some of you might already know what this is. You guys, I saw it already. Okay, for those that didn't see what that was, you guys want to have any guesses on what this is? See the filament right here. Haha, Korea already knows. This is soap. Did you guys read that correctly? It's soap. Cleaner. I can't get over it. This company, Timeplast, has so many things. By the way, click the link in the description if you're gonna go check them out. But they have so many unique and incredible next level filaments. They deserve to be seen. Irish Spring, yeah. Like hopefully they can make it Irish Spring. Now need to learn how to be a good mod. Yeah, that's right, Tulsa. Please do, sir. We need your help. Only remove TOS issues. Right. Please. But yeah, this is called Soap Gen 4. And I'm really excited to use it. It's manufactured in the United States. It's really unique. It feels like TPU, but apparently it is just full-on soap. It looks kind of like a pleasant little color. I'm not sure how much is on here, but it's really not that much. It's definitely going to print the benchy regardless. So we're going to have a soap benchy. Must be for cleaning your nozzle? No, I mean, it's literal soap for human skin. Uh-oh. When your mod says, what's TOS? I'm going to find that unmod button. That's funny. But yeah, I'm really excited to test this. It's terms of service, by the way. I'm really excited to try this, and one of the things that is a requirement for this is heating this at 100 degrees for 2 hours. So the only heater that can do that, at the moment at least, outside of something industrial, is the Sunlu S2, which is what I want to use it for. Not only for that filament, but for annealing. So I'm excited about that. That box can go right there. All right, next we will go with this cool box. Once again, I'm holding it funky because it has my address plastered on the top. This is by a cool dude named Ruslan. And he made a thing called iDryer. I believe we can check out the site. I also linked it down below. Now, this is not an affiliate or anything like that. Oops. iDryer. Forgot the R. Hey, Kenneth, what's up, man? Hey, DJ Mindwolf. Is it Midnight? Midnight Wolf, sorry. I said Mindwolf. Where we at? Where we at? Where's the official site? I see the file on printables. Oh, is it not called iDryer? Is it called iHeater? Hold on, I'll get there. We'll get a link in the description of this video. Store.iDryer. Okay, let's try that. Store.idryer.com. Nope. All right, how about I actually click this link then? YouTube redirect. Look at that. Why does that take you so long? Hey, Pezliz, how you doing? I would never let Z-Hog mod for me. I'll come back to something wicked, aren't I? Am I gonna regret this? Anyway, so what this is this heater kit right here, a 200-watt DIY heater. And the cool thing about this is, one, it's open source, which is great. So it's not attached to any specific brand, which is nice. And it's everything you need outside of the printed parts, obviously, to make your own heater that you can put into your machines. Now, there is a 110 and a 220 version, so I need to figure out which one I got. So let me open this so that my address isn't plastered on there. But this is how you'd be getting a kit. Whoa, this is a really thick sticker. Heater inside, okay. This is to put on the outside of your printer. Cool. There's a little board. We have the regular power cable, USB-C cable, a whole bunch of hardware. Looks like. Now we have a thermistor, 2 more thermistors that are longer. We have a fuse, 135 Celsius fuse, and another one that a thermal fuse. This one is 130 C. This one is pre-crimped really nicely. Okay. There's another level to this. So this would be something we make, and we'll be able to put it into a machine. This is the plug, also pre-crimped here. The actual heating elements, 110 volt. Okay, there we go. That answers my question. 200 watt. right over here. Also pre-crimped. Fantastic. This is a little power supply that's included as a gift for those that would like to use it. This can actually hold a little bit of power, which is interesting. He has some documentation on that. And a very large 110 to 230 of volts, so you can plug it into anything pretty much. 0.06 amp to 0.14 amp fan. Look at this big boy. I don't even know the size of this thing. This is a 80 mil? What is this? Anyway, that's a robust fan right there. So yeah, everything you need to make a heater to add it to whatever printer you want as a standalone. And I'm thinking that I want to add this to my X1C, as well as do the Hotend mod, which lets you print up to 330 Celsius. And that way, that thing can now keep up with more modern, not industrial grade, but more modern machines that came out after it, such as even their own H2D. So I think that's going to be a fun one. That's a pretty cool mod. Yeah, and it's not crazy expensive, and the fact that you could just move it to a different machine if you wanted is pretty cool. So I kind of like that. And the fact that it's open source is cool. Clipper plug and play. I dig it. Well, you can have Clipper controller, but the thing itself runs Clipper, I think. So something that I need to check out. I need to still print the files, which I haven't done. And to be fair, I also haven't looked at any of the tutorials. Trigger port, chamber, Clipper compatible USB port, external 5 power supply, heater thermistor ports, and then we have the, I can just look at it in person. What do we have labeled here? 220, KSD, I'm not sure what that means. Heater, and then the fan. So that's where all of the actual pre-configured plugs go in. But interestingly enough, the JST connectors aren't on these thermistors, are they? Oh, no, they are. So what was... Yeah, so here's 2 thermistors right here. Yeah, TH0, TH1. So what was this one? Oh, okay, so the thermal fuse... this thermal fuse, for whatever reason, is just chilling out without anything. But this thermal fuse is pre-crimped. So I wonder what that is. I haven't looked at the instructions. Oh, and there's another one. I haven't looked at the instructions, obviously. I need to, and I will. So just know that I'm speaking of it like this because of ignorance, not because the kit is incomplete or something like that. So, hey, Canuck, how you doing? Camo Max. I could put it in the Max. That's right. That's right. The fact that you just could, which is cool. Pretty hot mod. I see what you did there. Unless you're talking about one of our recently acquired moderators here. Like, I think Korea Ricebox is saying that Tulsa and Hedgehog are pretty hot. And Tulsa's like, no kidding. So, you know, one big happy family, right? Pezliz, did I say hi? I better have. How you doing, Pezliz? All right, so that is the eye dryer. Links down below. Seems cool. Gonna check that out. Let's move on, because we got plenty more. It only has 26 downloads of printables. Yeah. Brand new. I don't think it's like marketed yet or anything. From what I understand, I'm amongst the first to get the actual kit. So yeah, looking forward to that. Can you guys hear me drink? I know this thing's pretty close, but when I just took that giant swig, can you guys hear that? Because if you can, I'll be a little bit more mindful. And now I'm going to have a lozenge because throat. All right, filament. You're going down here for now. Into the shame pile. What was this? Oh, this is just a box. Boxes go there. Tomorrow's recycling. I have 1,000,000 boxes to recycle. I'll be going back and forth for like 20 minutes. It wasn't bad. Okay. I just modeled and made a hexagon fidget the size of an Ender 3v3. Made Max's bed. That's cool. That's fun. All right. I want to have a seat and do it sitting because my back hurts. So that's fun. Getting old is fantastic, guys. It's so big. I want to see photos of this. So can you post this in the Discord, please? All right, guys. This is really exciting. I don't know who's going to be more excited for this, me or you, but probably me. So as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of Hodo. I used to have a 5% off Hodo coupon, and I actually forgot to email them about this. My coupon doesn't work anymore. But Hodo now also sells on Amazon, so that doesn't really matter anymore. Okay? Does me being born in 2010 make you feel old? Well, I graduated high school in 2005. And you were born 5 years after that. I guess. 14's cool. 14's when I started working. That was great. Your worries are very low, but you're right at the cusp of starting to worry about some things, and then figuring out how money works. That'll only kick in way later. That you'll probably be in your 20s, mid-20s before you realize how much money you've wasted for no reason. But yeah, no worries. No worries. 14's cool. What you unboxing? Some PTG? Lauren, be careful. Be careful. Did I actually unbox any PTG? No. I unboxed like a bunch of nylon, a bunch of stuff, some soap. So still youngin'? That's right. That's right. Now I'm gonna try to stay that way. I'm as old as MTV, the IBM PC 5150, and Thong Underworld. Hey, my first PC was IBM. It was this tan IBM. I don't remember the model name, but it was crazy. I played. It was MS DOS. I played some. What do we play on that thing? Some Ninja Warrior, Carmageddon, Total Annihilation. That thing was cool. Then I remember we built we put parts together online and had like a computer the shape of an alien. It wasn't an Alienware, it was just a custom built. That was good times back then. Did you get some soap? Yes, I did. Right here. And I'm really excited to give it a try. So I also have an annealer now. So I can anneal anything I want from Sunlu. Link down below as well. And I will use that on the soap filament because the soap requires 100 C for 2 hours. So, looking forward to that. When I was born, they still made Chevelles. Oh, good car. You know, Chevelle used to be my favorite, like, muscle car because they had this really distinctive look to it, whereas a bunch of other cars looked pretty similar, but there's something about the rear end of the Chevelle that I always enjoyed. And obviously, you know, just another muscle car that looks really good with 2 white stripes. 3D&T has some. Yes, he does. Yeah, I just saw that. Oh. I think you got us all. Timor. You got us all, man. You know, I respect the elderly here. I respect the elderly came off wrong. I respect my elders, is what I was trying to say. 1964 Chevelle SS. Yep. What is annealing? Annealing is getting a filament so hot it gets past its second, what do you say? Not transitioning, I guess, and it makes it harder. So it essentially cooks it together into its final form. There's basically 3 forms of filament. One is before it's melted, a second one is after it's melted, and then after the annealing process, it becomes even stronger, usually through baking. And that's what that thing will do. It'll bake a spool, it'll bake a part, it'll bake anything you need. Also just a regular heater if you wanted it to be. But the fact that it can go to 110 Celsius means you can anneal. So. Hey, that's pretty cool. I always wonder what it would be like to work on one of those. But then I'd probably want to put a WRX engine in it, because that seems fun. Also, it would be fun to do in a transporter. That would be cool. I think the Corrado is probably one of the coolest cars. Obviously later than the 60s. We're talking 90s. But as far as Volkswagens go, Scirocco's are amazing. Always wanted one of those. I bought my first Corvette in 1965. The fact that you can buy a Corvette, the fact that you own the Corvette, pretty damn cool, man. Tesla motor would be something else. Tesla motor would be something. It would be doing wheelies, dude. It was new. That's pretty cool. That's serious bragging rights. Because convert that to today's money. I'm over here playing with 3D printers. You're like, I bought a Corvette in 65, new. No, Canuck, get that out of here. Get that out of here. All right, guys, Hodo. Back to this. You guys already know I'm a massive fan of Hodo. I use Hodo all the time, all over the place. There's Hodo literally right here. There's 3 Hodo items right here. There's more Hodo items upstairs. There's a Hodo toolkit right over there. I'm a fan. They have an updated vacuum. Okay. I have one right here that I use for my 3D printers. This little vacuum is super powerful. And more importantly, anything on the bottom of my machines, when you open these things, all those little bits, this sucks it right up. It goes into a cup right over here. You dump the cup. Then, if you want to use this thing to suck out the air out of your filament bags, you put this on, you put this around, and it sucks that as well. If you need something inflated, well, guess what? You put this on the other end, and now this thing inflates things. This thing has been super versatile. I know they're expensive. Like, I get it. They are expensive. But the use that you get from these things is amazing. And that's why I always suggest Hodo things. They punch above their weight and above what they look like. So there you go. Nice. The 8-track, of course. On topic of cars, what is your dream car, everyone? That's actually a fun question. I think my dream cars constantly change. It's kind of like an evolving door. But I think at the moment, a car that I would spend my money on would probably be a late Mark III Volkswagen Cabrio. I would hopefully find an unmolested model from someone that's older, that's had a garage kept. And then I think I would put the more modern 5-cylinder 2.5 liter in it, which would eventually be turbocharged. And then I would do Euro bumpers. I might even do a Jetta front end on that thing, because that would be kind of cool. They're pretty to do on those Mark IIIs. Reupholster all the interior if it's in bad shape. I don't want leather. I want the confetti seats in that thing. And the reason why I think that'll be cool is 1, convertible. 2, still has 4 seats. 3, fun, inexpensive project car that's really easy to work on. And the 2.5 liter 5-cylinder motor is in every car Volkswagen and Audi has. You can get it in manual. There is a harness kit that you can buy to make that swap easy. So if that answers your question, I think my current dream car would be a Euroed out Mark III Cabrio with an engine swap. I think that'll be my dream car at the moment. No W6. I mean, you could, you know. You could. Can you 3D print soon with that soap gem, please? Yeah, I'm gonna put it into the annealer overnight, and I'll probably print something with it tomorrow. That thing is great, though. I had to design and print a new mount for the filter bit, as mine was cracked, and Hodo don't sell a replacement part. Yeah, I'm sure Hodo does not sell replacement parts. They just don't seem like the type of brand that would, to be honest. I should really upload that, yeah. My second car was a Mark II GTI 60 map. So the Mark IIs, I never was a fan of. I had some friends that like specifically really into Mark IIs, and I kind of find that in the Volkswagen world, maybe I'm wrong about this, but there's like Mark II people, and then there's like Volkswagen people, if that makes sense. I feel like Mark II guys have their own little world, and there's a lot of really cool, unique Mark IIs. And then in the era of Mark II, there was a lot of interesting cars that had Mark III parts, and then there was Mark I cars that had Mark II parts in it. So it was really interesting. But me personally, I love the Mark Is, and then my first car was a Mark III 96 Golf. So I'm definitely biased there, obviously. But 60 valve is cool. That'll be a fun little car to drive. That Challenger SRT Hellcat. Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. That thing's a monster. They are a monster. They're another one of those game changer cars that made it affordable, or more affordable, I guess, to go super fast. And, you know, it has a lot of other things that go for it, but it's also a four-door, so it's very practical. You know what I mean? You're not just getting the manual little thing that no one else can fit into. So, you know, and it has the Hellcat engine, which is incredible. That engine's going to be put into so many other cars. Corvette Grand Sport 96. Okay, okay. 71 CUDA. Nice. I have a family member that has a really, really fast, essentially race car, drag car CUDA. That's really cool. 67 Camaro. SS convertible 350 with a 4-speed. Nice. Yes, I know how to drive stick. Yes, yes, yes. Gotta be stick. Mark II all day. Round headlights. Yep, yep. Okay. I always liked the Mark Is with the round headlights, but for whatever reason, the Mark IIs with the round headlights, I don't know. But that's just German spec. The American ones had square, just like the Mark I. Mark IV also fire. My second car was a Mark IV GTI. I'm also very biased. Probably the most beautiful R32 that's out there. Non-Skyline, I meant Golf, is the Mark IV. Oh, Mini Cooper would be so cool. Mini Cooper would be so cool. I've always liked the Mini Coopers. Well, one if you ever win the lottery. They are attainable, especially used. You'll be able to get one. You should be able to get one. You're 14, start working, man. Like I said, I got my job at 14, and I had a car that I paid for myself. Mind you, it wasn't anything super fancy, but I bought that Golf myself when I was 15 after just working. And then I worked, you know, on a 16, 17, 18, and I bought that GTI once again myself. And yeah, you can do it. You just got to work. I'm going Golf R. I just recently, I went to Wegmans for something, and, you know, I have an Outback now. And I pull up, I always park pretty far away, and this dude parks next to me in a white Golf R. Brand new. Older guy with gray hair. You know, older guy, like older than me. Probably, I'm assuming in his 50s or so. And we both kind of get out at the same time, and I'm like, hey, man, nice Golf R. I love these things. And he was like, thanks, man. I've always wanted one, and I could finally afford one. So I bought it. And I was like, respect, man. Respect. Hopefully I get to do this as well. Because the new Mark 8 Golf Rs are unbelievable, and they are very expensive. Like, really, like, unnecessarily expensive. Regal Turbo T. Holy moly. Nice. Trans Am with the Gold Eagle. Of course. They don't perform or drive, but they look cool. Lamborghini Diablo. Look at this. SVT, I hope. 2001 S3. Hey, look at that. So I had an A3 as well. An Audi A3. The first year that they came out here to buy. That was a dream car of mine when I had my GTI. That's all I wanted. And yeah, I flew and drove. I flew to buy it and drove it back, and it was actually a horrible car. It was terrible. But the RS3 and the S3 are very different than what I'm talking about. But that's pretty cool, man. Oh, one, it's a little guy. That's a cool car, Nico. That'll be fun. 88 Testarossa, baby. Need a new channel. Yes, we forgot to even unbox things. We're just talking cars now. I just say that if I wash my car, it doubles the value. Nice, true. You gotta wash it time every time. You can put subwoofer in anything, man. My Outback's got one in the back. I got a 12. I feel like I gotta have one. Every car I've ever had, I've put subwoofers and just audio in. I got speakers, tweeters, all sorts of stuff. You gotta. I love a good audio. $1969 Rambler sedan. Interesting. 292 straight 6. 3 on the tree. That's really taking it back right there. I want to feel a car falling apart. I feel like if you get pretty much anything and drive it like it shouldn't be, it'll feel like that. Anyway, guys, let me unbox this vacuum. I know that's a ridiculous thing to even say, but Hodo makes good stuff. And I love their vacuum. So if this is an upgrade to it, I am down. How does this come out? There you go. Let's see. We got a bag to hold everything in. Let's just go right for the main event. Is this different than what I have currently? Color is different. Looks like it has 2 modes. Okay, it's the same shape and size. Is the outlet different? Yeah, this looks different. Oh yeah, this is smaller. Okay, so this has a larger inlet or outlet. I don't know which one. Looks like it has 2 modes based on the LEDs, and it has a very interesting boost button, which mine obviously doesn't have. Interesting. Okay, so it is definitely updated. I'm kind of interested to see the speeds that this has. Where's the little bucket? Because the bucket is different too. Rambler AMC, yeah. Does it fit? Yeah, if it's the same shape, it should fit. Yep, fits right in there. Let's see what this is. So this is their new basket. And that's why this is different. Okay. Has a lock and unlock. Okay, beautiful design. Look at that. Let's lock it. Nice click. Okay, so it does become much larger. I guess because it is automotive, it's going to have a lot more crap that goes in there. What's this? Oh, that's how the lid opens. Okay, it just pops open. And you can unlock and lock that too to get the trash and stuff out of it. Is this a lock? Okay, so this locks. So you can't just open it. Whereas this is just everything is inside of this. And here, I'm guessing you have to put on these little heads. That's a long one. This is what? The T. Looks like this is all the inflator ones. There we go. This is the vacuum one. Yeah, Nigel. Yep, it fits. Hey, Reprint It, what's going on? Nice, okay. So this is just a separate one because you can put other attachments on. So let's see. Let me take this off. So it's a little bit longer, but you get a lot more space. You get a boost and 2 speeds. Okay. And then there's things like this that are more car specific. But we can use them for 3D printing as well. Bam. We got a brush. And I'm guessing this will fit right here. Yeah, look at that bad boy. this thing's kind of wild, to be honest. The modularity is incredible. Let's see. What would this be for right here? Oh, snap. Hodo's a known brand, huh? You know, little sister got me one at Loma. Oh, yeah, Hodo. I'm a huge fan. Have been for a while. Since I started streaming and got my first Hodo, I just thought they were incredible design, really. That's the main thing about it. The design is very impressive. And then the power. They definitely punch above what it appears to be. All right, so we can get into some long reachy parts in the back of the H2D. in the back of the ridiculous Magneto X where you can't reach. And we have a little brush. Everything clicks. Bada bing, bada boom. Look at that. We got some bristles. You got your through my 3D printed keycaps. Cleaning them, no problem. Sick. Look at this sword. And it just fits right in there. Sure does. You guys can't see that. Hold on. Look at that. Yeah. I'm gonna stand up so you see what's going on here. Let's have my vacuum here, no big deal. No big deal. Hey, Da Vinci, what's happening? Yeah, you want to make a couple videos? Might be back. All right, man. Thanks for popping in. Hey, Renovic. Cool. I guess let's just open the rest to get rid of the box. Might as well, since, like I said, recycling is tomorrow. All right, we have a little baby brush. And, okay, just like the other one, we have our inflators. I see a USB-C cable for charging. And I believe that should be everything. It is. So let me get rid of this trash and let's see how this bag ends up working. I'm glad everything I just put in there just fell out. Great, great. Still happening. Fantastic. Okay, total dud. Everything fell, and I made a mess. Great. Here we go. All right, put that back in. Come on, there we go. And see ya. And bye-bye. And goodbye, trash. You as well. All right, there we go. And launch that sucker. I 3D scanned the head of it and made a needle vacuum head to suck out the filament bags like you inspired me to do in the video a while back. Nice. Yeah, man. That's one of the main uses for the vacuum for me. Oh, cool. Okay, so this... let me put mine back. So it looks like the pouch that has its own compartment for the actual vacuum portion. So let's see how that fits in there. It's folded, so got to put it in there once. Okay, there we go. It's the full length. And then the rest of these add-ons just go into the bag. Vacuum, inflator, this guy, USB cable, and this one is for mine, I believe. All right, and we'll put the manual in there for funsies. Let's see, close this bad boy up. There we go. There is our inflator slash vacuum from Hodo. All right. And the last one. The last one. Looks like we'll have maybe a little bit under an hour to hang out and do some firmware stuff. Clearly need a separate mount for accessories. Yeah, Nigel, maybe so. All right, this one is arguably significantly more important than the vacuum. This is actually going to be really useful for 3D print projects and 3D printer builds. You guys already know I use this Hodo kit a lot. The smaller screwdriver. It's been fantastic and actually way more powerful than it seems, which is really nice. And then when I really need to torque something down, I use their 3.6 cordless with 3 speeds. I use it on the lowest because it'll strip anything on 3. And it even stripped out all the bits. I gotta get new bits for them. This is next level. Check this out, guys. This is called Snap Block. As soon as I saw this, I'm like, guys, I want one of these. All right, check this out. Precision, modular, limitless creativity. Let me go to it over here. This is the Hodo block. Nope, that's horrible. Nope. Don't search any of this on the internet. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. Oh my god. I'm gonna get demonetized. Oh my lord. Have mercy on us all. Yeah, do not search Hodo block with a Q. That's not what comes up at all. Anyway, right here, the block system. Snap block. This is what I'm talking about. There is actually 3D printable files here that let you do all kinds of fun stuff. Look at that. We got drones. We got Max. The trash can Mac. Of course he's working on it. Tinkering projects. Building robots. Everyday repair. Let's see what they're repairing. Some glasses. Okay. Hobbyist. Okay. That's a... Is that a DJI drone? Yep. DJI FPV drone. For some reason he's taking it apart. But it's got the same screwdriver. Well, it doesn't have the modes, but a screwdriver. It's got a mini rotary tool in the same fashion. Looks like 22,000 RPM. Really excited to check that out. And a mini drill, which I often need because I have a mini taps right over here, and I use my hand drill for that. This would be perfect for literally 3D printing projects. So 3 of these things in one. Look at their internals. Literally beautiful. I kind of wish they made a clear version, to be honest. Look at that 3D printer. Is this AI? No, looks believable. This is a strange mount for an extruder. This is not a lead screw. Okay, so maybe it is AI. Maybe this all tracks here. A little bit of weirdness here. Strange, but okay. Wait, scroll back up. What was the torque spec? Torque spec. Right here, 0.5 Newton meters at 250 RPM. I mean, it's not meant to be like something you're going to be like torquing down. Also, one of the cool things about these, well, both of the other ones do it. They actually stop, so you can use them manually. Like you'll spin a couple times and they stop, and you can actually like crank manually, which is really nice. There are 3D printable things somewhere here. There's a bunch of reviews. Where was it? I remember they sent it to me. 3D print community. Here we go. Nope. This isn't what I was talking about, but okay. That's cool. That's cool that they have little... they're really embracing 3D printing here. Oh, guys, I'm on the wrong view. I was trying to do this. So you can actually see. Nice. Here's the older vacuum Gridfinity. Looks like here's another vacuum thing for Scatus, but that could be modified and whatnot. They did send me some links. Hey, Nigel. Right here. They did send me some links to all the block files. The new block system, Snap Block. That seemed really cool. Was it this stuff? Yeah, this is definitely Snap Block stuff. Let's see. Maker World. Hodo Official. Camplight. Periscope. Hodo, you wild. Here we go. This. Like, what is this stuff? Trays? What are these trays for? They're printing the comic parts. There's an extra tray accessory for the Hodo Snap Block. Mix and match colors, design trays that's unique. So it just goes with your Snap Block things with magnets. Cool, I dig this little thing though. I got the 3/6 screwdriver recently. Nice, it's really good. What do you think of it? Didn't come with any of the small bit sizes that I normally use, so I still need to buy new bits. Yes, that means you got the right one. I know it doesn't come with the right bits. Mine didn't either. But the one that doesn't come with the right bits is actually really powerful. There's two versions of the 3.6 volt screwdriver. One of them doesn't have gears, doesn't have speeds, speed selection 1 through 3. The one that doesn't have the small stuff does. And that one has a ton of torque, as you will learn. You'll probably strip some things here and there before you fully grasp it, which is cool. Oh, yeah, there's an example right here of what this is. So they go on the side here, so you can have little bins to work out of. Cool. All right, let's check them out. I'm pretty excited about unboxing them. Hey, Chris Creations, what's going on? How's the Fotu or Futu? I don't remember. RGB light sticks going. Just got a set for backlighting my studio. Yeah, it's been great. I have it right there, standing. I actually just used it. I just redid my brakes on my car, and I grabbed it instead of my lights to use it when I was working on the brakes. So it actually lasted an entire brake job. And then I don't even know what the percentage is, but it wasn't a close to dead, which is really nice. Didn't heat up, didn't do anything weird. I used a little included tripod. Not the intended use, but I did use it for that, and I will be using it in my next video. So yeah, excited. But so far, so good. All right, guys, so let me know which one I should unbox first. We have the electric mini drill set, the electric mini rotary toolkit, and the precision screwdriver. They call it master set. Which one of these guys should I do first? Let's do that first. And I'm definitely finding a permanent home for these things because literally I can tell you nonstop that my projects require these tools, and I always use some rudimentary hand tool to do it instead. So it's going to be a big deal. Drill. Okay. 2 people said drill. That's enough for me. Let's do the drill. Those are slick. Yeah, they seem really slick. Like I said, Hodo is never the cheapest. You're not gonna go on that website or on Amazon and be like, "Yo, this is this is a really easy deal." Admittedly, Hodo's expensive, and it's one of those things where you're gonna have to like think about it. Do I need this? Like that type of thing. And I've only been let down once. There's another precision screwdriver kit that I got, my very first Hodo set, and it broke on the first screw I tried. And in its defense, it was not meant to put together 3D printers. It was meant for small, tiny things, and I used it to put together an Aquila, and I broke it. I messaged them right away, and they sent me a replacement. So I'm just being honest about my experience. And ever since I got the replacement and actually used it for what it was for, I kind of fell in love. They have good deals once in a while. They do. Sometimes the deals are on the smaller, lower models than the big ones, but still worth it. Still worth checking out. I can't get this open for the life of me. What's going on? Is it glued? Do I have to tear this open? Do I push this through like a sleeve? I think so. Oh, there it goes. Okay, now it comes off with 0 effort. Interesting. All right, so ridiculous designs. Snap block. Okay. This is a shape that I didn't expect. Look at this paper. Okay, we got one that came out on that end. What's this then? Oh, this is like everything else. This is a USB cable, I'm guessing. Yep, USB-C cable. Man, Hodo packaging is really just some next level stuff. What is all of this? So this is the actual, I feel like this is the actual tool maybe? Oh yeah, look at this. Okay. Whoa. Ah, so that's the snap system. Let's peel this off right here. Nice Hodo logo. So it tells you what it is. Snap block electric mini drill. Is it this? Do I push this? Yep, just push that out. Okay, so it's a little bit bigger than my precision screwdriver. Yep, I see a little collet on the end here. This is reverse, I'm guessing. It's got 3 speeds. Okay, that's one way. And you can go in both directions. You have 1, speed, 2, and 3. Very nice. Okay. Dig it. USB-C on the end there. Nice light like they all have. Very slick looking. Okay, that's backwards. Put it down that way. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I took it out wrong. It has a popper. So press on it. It comes out real easy. Press on it again. Locks it in place. Okay, so that's what the snap block is for. It snaps on like that. Cool. How do I remove this? Do I just pull one up? Okay. Oh, and it still kind of stays. Interesting. So you can put this up in all kinds of different ways. Huh. And then bam, take that out, put it back in. Pick that up. Let's see how this opens. Whoa! I'm exploring all kinds of different things. Drill bit set. Drill bit set. A30. Okay, let's see what's in here. Snap block. Man, the design is on some kind of level. What are these? Are these all the same? Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of each one. They have their own logo on them. So we have a tiny little one all the way down to slightly larger. I don't see the sizes on here. It does say Hodo everywhere. Hodo, 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 Hodo. And each one of them says Hodo on it. Does it have a size? It does. Okay, so this says 2 in tiny, tiny little letters. So 2, 1 point. Oh, no, they are... Guys, I was wrong. These are not the same ones. They are individually numbered from 0.06, 0.07, 8, 9, 1, all the way to 2.2. 2.2 millimeters. So they literally go from 0.06 millimeters all the way, individually sized in there. Hodo. Y'all crazy. Let's see what this one is. If I could get it undone. What is going on here? What is this? Is this a magnetizer? Object locator for precision drilling. What? I'm gonna need a manual on that. Object locator for precision drilling. Yeah, I have no idea what that means. They put a model on their site too. Too bad nobody printed it anyway. Did they, dum dev? How does this work? Oh, okay, like that. Interesting. I don't know what that thing is. I'm gonna have to read up on what that is. So this, with magnets, holds itself together. These are on the inside so they don't come out. And then we got 1, 2, that holds it together like that. What an interesting design. That's very unique. All right, let's go. I should have brought a trash bag here. There are some kind of instructions. Oh, that's what the drill stand does. You can literally put whatever object in it. Like if it's a rod or like a dowel, you can use that thing as a stand. Okay. What are the other two things for? Finding the center or something like that? Neat. That's definitely a neat little set. I should have definitely gotten a trash bag. Hold on, let me pull up that other box so I can put trash in it. There we go. That in it. That in it. Yeah, I'm gonna fill the recycling guys are gonna be like, yo, these people be steady buying all kinds of things. Come over here, camera. All right, which one do you guys want to see next? We got the mini rotary tool or the screwdriver. I'm thinking rotary because it's slightly more unusual. What do you think? Rotary? Yeah, Renovic, I'm with you. Go for it. All right, let's do it. over-the-top packaging. All right. Snap block. So in the same way, we have a larger cable this time. I wonder what this thing did to deserve a larger USB-C cable. But we have that. Also, the instructions to this as well. All right, we'll figure that out in a minute. They have their laser measure device from looking at their site, but I can clearly remember buying from Xiaomi. Xiaomi. Trying to package like Apple, 100%. All right. Packaging is crazy. It's so heavy, too. I can't tell if there's like an item in it or not. Also, just worth noting the design of the box. Like, they really paid attention to this. The way that you can lay this down on a display means you can match it with various ways to put these things on a display, which is kind of neat. All right, let's see here. Remove this as well. All right, and it looks like the outer shells and thicknesses of these tools are about the same. What is that? Oh, is that the speed for the rotary? Let's find out. We have another collet. You push on it or pull it, or no, it just spins. Okay. Let's see. Power. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're spinning. And is this speed? Oh, yeah. Wow. This thing is really balanced. Can you guys hear this thing go? Holy moly. Yeah, so speed is a actual physical lever. And oh, wow, that spins fast. Okay, cool. Let's see what bits we have with it. A little expensive for me, yeah, definitely expensive. You know, I am not gonna deny that. I usually say that up front with all things Hodo. They are expensive, and there are tools that you can get for much cheaper that do the same. They're not going to be the same as far as style and power, but you can definitely get a significantly cheaper tool. All right, so it looks like we have our little grinding and polishing bits. Let's see if we get any cutting wheels. Some more grinding tips here, different types, kinds. This was that one little block. Let's see what this is. This is kind of like a rubberized. Is this polishing compound? Yep, it's got to be. It has a smell to it. This is like a polishing compound or something like that. Let me see. I did see it in here briefly. Wool wheel. Yep, polishing paste. Yep. I wonder if it'll work on plastic. Because if it does, that could be a fun thing to test on resin. That could be a fun thing to test on PETG. Could be fun. They have a blower vac and the larger screwdriver. Very nice tool. Oh, I have their blower vac. Yes, I just unboxed their upgraded blower vac. And the larger screwdriver. Yep, good stuff. 1/8 jet. Is it? Yes. Yep. It looks like it will take those bits. That does look standard, which is surprising actually from Hodo, to be honest. All right, and this is the other side. This should just be polishing, I'm guessing. More of the same. We have a little brush and some more polishing. I might have to just take them all out and reorganize them a little bit later. So these are the actual polishing wheels now. The usually cotton or something similar. And there is a screwdriver bit style bit that you would screw into these things. Usually it's reverse threads. Right here. So you screw that right into them, and that's how that works. And what are these? These should be the drill style bits that you can use for grinding and pooling and engraving. Yes, this is all of the engraving bits of every style. Love to see it. We got anything from pinpoints to these T-looking things to just straight up drill bits that are meant to kind of like push in and carve, to flat tops, to round tops. Perfect. Perfect. I love the variation, and I love the amount of those specifically. That's great. So not that those are going to be used much for 3D printing. I think mostly you're going to want to just grind a few things away, maybe polish something up. Like, actually, you know what? I know what we can test. I think I have red transparent filament on some of these taillights on these cars, don't I? No, I don't. I don't actually. Those are at the office. Okay, never mind. We can't really test that. But hey, it was a thought. Are there any bits you recommend for working on printers? My new Hodo uses 4th bits instead of the smaller one, small screwdriver. I don't have anything specific to use. I would just go to the store and buy the bits that you need in the 1/4-inch bits. I actually need to rebuy them. I don't remember where I got mine for the Hodo, like that I put in there, but they have all stripped since then. Now, in its defense, I've had it for many years, and I've used it to build so many 3D printers and put together so many 3D printers, but they're dead. All my Hodo bits on top of there are dead. I gotta buy new ones. So I actually don't know, Renovic, and if you buy them before me, let me know. The Mac of the Dremel world. True. Diamond bits? Yeah, it does, Kenneth. Yep. Good. I hate to be locked into proprietary bits. Yeah, so far, all of Hodo's tools use non-proprietary bits, even the smaller ones. So, good to see it. All right, so these look like they work in or out, which is nice. Do these, I'm assuming yes, obviously. Do they just, of course they do. Of course they do. And this we can put into here, like this. Click it, and go click, and they're on magnets, and they're just hanging out. Pretty cool. Like you would with Allen keys. Yep. Yes, sir. All right. I wonder if there's some kind of unique hub that would let you connect all of them to charge them all at once. That would be kind of interesting. Keep them all topped off, you know? Click and stick. That's right. Got some bits on Amazon. I went to stores and couldn't find the ones I wanted. That's probably that. You know what? That's the world that we live in now. We're not going to Radio Shack no more or Sears. We are literally just praying that Amazon has what we need. I went to Ace not too long ago and to get some miscellaneous screws, and there was so much. It was like $14 for like 2 screws. I remember going to Ace and Tractor Supply and getting boxes and bags of screws for like no money. But I guess they can't compete anymore. All right, the final one we got is the screwdriver kit. And I gotta say, I'm least excited for this because I have their other set. But if this has more bits for us, and I can keep them all together, I'm all for it. Let's go. And actually, it'd be fun to know if this one has any benefits over their other kit that I have, because their other kit is also really expensive. I believe it was like $120 or something like that for the smaller kit, which is a lot. It's a lot for one of these type of tools. Wow, this one really didn't want to open. Brand called Railer on Amazon. Been good so far. Nice, good to know. Thank you, by the way. Ace is way overpriced. Crazy, my town still has Radio Shack. It does? I used to love going to Radio Shack. I'd buy like little connectors I don't even need. Used to make my own cables for car audio. Yeah, all kinds of grounding kits and all kinds of fun stuff. There was another store. There was an audio store. I don't remember what it was called. It was kind of like the big screen store, but for audio. But they went under even before Radio Shack did. Hey, Zumi. Okay, this is nice. That's kind of what I thought it was going to be, similar to the other ones where you have to open it and dump everything in. But no, they're all here. Let's see. Are there Allens? Yep. Yeah, a whole row of Allens right over here. And security bits, of course. Even a pin. We got the tries. Those are nice for anyone into Nintendo consoles. They're a requirement. Nice. Got a triangle set. An additional screwdriver. Just regular Phillips. Yeah, they got everything. Star bits. All kinds of security bits up there. So you do get a lot more bits than you do in this kit. Are they the same? Yes, they are the same length. So they'll work with this one as well. Actually, let me take this one out of here. Oh, it's a little guy. Okay, so there is going to be a difference, isn't there? Let's see it. Here, let's do this and that. Now let's take this out of... Oh, yeah. Okay. This thing is substantially larger than the one I'm currently using. Okay. The one thing about the one that I'm currently using is you have to charge it through the case, which I guess I don't mind. I do like this physical switch for power set 1 or 2. This is cool. All right, let's see. We have 3 power, a range of 3 here. Okay. Oh, you can't actually grab anything that spins over here. It spins internally. Forward, backward. That's low. Oh, these are speeds. Okay, I stand corrected. What would you use this on? What would you use that on? Why would you need to go this fast? You guys... For what? Why is that a thing? I am really curious. Okay, let's put on a bit. Maybe it's easier to see the bit spin. Alright, and then... Oh, I see. So 3 is actually not that fast. It just seems fast because there is a slow mode. That slow mode, look at that. That's basically crawling. Interesting. So that's the opposite of this. Here, let's put the same bit into here and see what we're spinning at here. Okay, so I would say, actually, don't we have the same bit here? No, we don't. But I'll put on this one to here. And let's find the same one here. There we go. All right, so we got these security bits. So let's put this one on 3 and leave this one where it's supposed to be. Yeah, like these are this is power, this is torque. This one is speed. All right, so let's see. Will you guys see the tops of that? Yeah, let's get to a black right there. All right, let's go. So the black one is currently spinning a little bit slower. I wonder if the black one spins at a 2. Yes. So the black one, the precision driver, spins at the same rate as this one on 2. But this also has a faster and a slower. Oh, I like it. So check out how slow that goes. Oh, let's get this thing to focus on here. Hey, camera, can you focus here, please? Come on. Come on. I think I have it manually set. Alright, so check this out now. Yeah, so about half speed. Cool. I dig that. I dig that. Photo snap block. Can't get mad at it. Every single one of the bits is labeled nicely. If I can only put it back with the label facing the correct way, that'd be extremely helpful. There we go. And flip that on in there. Bang. Close that. Click, clack. And I love it. I love this. This is really cool. It's really cool. I can see why they have like boxes and stuff you can 3D print. I'm guessing you'd be able to put them all into one. That type of thing. Very cool. Very cool design. Huh. I have to catch up with a lot of things. A lot of messages here. Hodosite, there's a 3 by 360 degree laser level. It's only $170 on the Hodosite. I paid near $600 for Bosch. Oh, wow. Since when did you start also streaming on Twitch? A little while ago. A few months, I guess. Notice because I see some of the comments you're reading here. Yeah, I put all the comments into together because now I can stream. Actually, it was when they announced that they will now allow multi-streaming because it was like it wasn't banned, but something about it wasn't working previously. So yeah, a couple months on there. Hey, Petty. Is he reading the comments? I was enthralled by the by the screwdriver set. That's funny. He's ignoring you. Oh, Zumi with the fighting words. He ignores certain people. That's funny. Hey, Burn Carpenter, how you doing? I paid 200 plus to LTT, and then didn't have the stuff you got with these. The LTT screwdriver is excellent, but I took apart my HUD and would have loved these. Yeah, I mean, the quality there is amazing, but you know what? The quality is also amazing on these, and I'm only saying that because of all the Hodo stuff that I have here, and I can't complain. They've helped me put together so many projects, so many 3D printers. I use them literally weekly on streams. So yeah, Hodo has been cool, guys. If you're interested in this, I have links down below. You know how this works. YouTube. You know, they're affiliate links. I get a small kickback if you guys use the links if you want to buy some of the stuff. And I love sharing it with you because it's all genuinely cool stuff. Shaman, it's not red, white, and blue. Big fact. Pretty sweet tool set. Yeah, I think so too. I think for 3D printing specifically, this might be expensive. Like it's more expensive than some 3D printers people have, you know, like it just is. But if you've done as much stuff as I have, you know damn well you're gonna need a drill. Like a mini drill would be huge. And like I said, I've been doing it by hand. If I need to go into some little thing, I use a file. I literally have files right there. But if I had one of these things, is it this one? It's a screwdriver. No, it's labeled. Okay, rotary tool. This rotary tool, man, life would be so much easier. I would just throw on some little grinding piece. Probably like one of these bad boys. And on plastic, this would just melt it away. It would be so easy. And then if you need to go precision with some diamond bits, you go on this side. I gotta learn how this works. There we go. And you grab yourself one of these bits. Let's say you needed to elongate a maybe like something that slides. Bam. Maybe you have a hole that you gotta literally cut out by hand, like going around something. You could use this. So this is one of those bits where you drill in and then you can literally cut with it. Very useful. There's a ton of stuff in here. A ton. Cool. And you don't have to take the tool off, apparently, to open that also. It just clicks clicks all together. And grab the tool. Bam. Not bad. Not bad at all. You guys are gonna see it on stream. I'll use it from here on out and see what it's all about. I would love to see some kind of hub that you can plug in for all three of these things. That would be nice, because individually it's kind of, it's not awkward, but it would just be better if it wasn't. Are you planning a multi-stream today with software? Are you planning a multi-stream? I'm always multi-streaming using OBS. I use OBS, and there's an app that you can install called Multiple Output, and it lets you additionally multiple output stream. You can even stream to Facebook or Instagram or TikTok all at the same time. So I stream in 4K to YouTube, and then that thing takes the signal and also streams it to whatever. In this case, it also streams to Twitch. And then I have a separate app called Social Stream that takes the various currently live chats and puts them into one. So the chat that you guys are seeing here is actually right here is actually a social stream, and that it combines all of them. So nice. Wife said so. That's pretty cool. Yeah, let me know how all that goes. If you're not on the Discord for whatever reason, jump into the Discord. Unity Mind, your name might be different if you're already on there. So, people have like 3 different usernames for everything. So, are those USB-C? Yes. Could do a multi-board mount with built-in USB-C plugs like I have for the regular Hodo. 100%. I thought I saw multi-board stuff for Hodo. Let's go to multi-board. Where's their beta? Beta dot multiboard.io. It looks like I don't go on it on this. I go on it on my other browser. All right, let's search in here. Apparently there's none. Photo multiboard. I honestly thought I saw stuff, but I guess not. Here we go. Photo precision screwdriver oh, it's the other one. This is the one I broke. This is the kit, the small kit. Great kit, but not for building 3D printers. This would be great to do small stuff, phones, small electronics, motherboards, that type of thing. Insta broke this one. Okay, so it looks like you just lock whatever one you want. Bada bing, bada boom. Good stuff. Here's another one by somebody else. Yeah, I thought I saw other ones, but that's okay. It is what it is. Here's the precision set that I have rather. Nice. That's a nice way to hold it, by the way. Great photos. Great photos. Love the yellow over black. Yep, cool. I have the same multi-stream I was testing last night, but I was having lag frame buffering issues with YouTube and 4K, even though I have a very high-end PC. So I have had this issue on and off as well. It seems to be just that, on and off, and then it's fine. Like the last stream last week, I started and someone was like, "Oh, you're going ham on Twitch," and then after I don't know how long, it became fine. So I think there's still buffering issues and things like that with 4K streaming, which is why probably they just recently only allowed 4K. So I'm also in an unsupported resolution, which is funny. Like I always get an error that what I'm using is unsupported. Does it say? Yeah, like my current resolution is 3840 by 2160, and it says that's not a supported configuration. But hey, it's working. I'm streaming in it every weekend, so or any week. So, more PC, small electronic, yes. Yes, me too. I have the soap filament. I'm gonna, like I said before, I'm gonna throw it into the E2 dryer we unboxed today and see what it do. I'm definitely excited for that. Exhausted after working at night again. Get some sleep. Hey, thank you for being here, Maker Viking. I definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. Have a great night. Four sheets of buffering lagging badly on YouTube. Might be due to the scaling. Also, let's see. Can I see if I click settings? I'm gonna try not to mess anything up. But I wanted to show what my bit rate is, because the bit rate was a big deal. My bit rate. I'm also on a Mac, so it has that H.264 hardware encoder built in. It looks like my bit rate is 6,000. That's what I'm using. So just for reference, using 4K cameras, 4K output at 6,000. And I don't want to click the one for Twitch because I don't want it to cut off. But my place has all kinds of strange filament, even fish food. Yeah, really, really interesting stuff. There's stuff that dissolves all the way, all kinds of stuff. I hope so. I hope so. I feel like it'll be a TPU horror. Yeah, I mean, it does feel a lot like TPU. Yes, it's true. But for me, I have a reason to do it. So for me, I stream in 4K because sometimes I like to use the footage here for videos. Sometimes I do like little mini tutorials that I then use for, like, I pull them off of YouTube and use them for either shorts or incorporate them in other videos. And having it just be 4K all the time just means that I can reuse it more and make things larger, things like that. So for me personally, I like to do 4K just so I have better chances at reusing the content if I need to. Yeah, that seems to be the consensus. That it doesn't foam too much, doesn't lather too much, but it's still functional. And this is their fourth version or third version? Gen 4. And apparently it's already improved and they're continuously improving. Like, it's hard for me to be critical about the foaming aspect of the soap, considering that you print it. Like, you melt it on a 3D printer into a bar. If it works at all, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. You know what I mean? 100% the first thing I'm printing is a benchy. But as you know, benchies don't actually float. No, no video needed. That's funny. I'm gonna make one. I'll have to send it to you on my Discord. I don't think YouTube will appreciate it too much. All right, guys. I don't think less than 30 minutes is going to be enough to do any firmware work today. I would like to know which one you guys would rather see me do, though, because I am going to stream tomorrow as well, and I'm contemplating on what I should do. I kind of do want to finish a project before I start a new build. Like I said, I have the Prusa to build, and they're eager. I am eager. I definitely want a Core 1 here. But at the same time, I have so many unfinished projects. Getting a project done or close to done would be a big deal here. So at the moment, I'm thinking of maybe doing either the K1 or the or the words or the Micron tomorrow. So actually, let's do. Did you finish the Magneto? I did the Magneto prints. I did a video. I mean, not a video, a short, but I posted another short, and I didn't want to post two in the same time frame, so it'll go tomorrow morning. I printed two of these. Printed two of these on it, so you guys will see it. Tomorrow morning? I think it comes out in a short. But yeah, this was the first print. Two of these at the same time. You can tell how big they are, right? Massive. And this just absolutely beautiful filament. And the Magneto crushed it. Two of these are the... Oops, just hit the camera. Two of these at the same time. Very large machine with that 400 millimeter print bed. But, I'm going to keep printing these with all the fun filament companies sent me. And like I said, I keep them here. And when people come visit, I usually give these things away. And everyone seems to really love it. The dragons get the attention, that's for sure. So yeah, the Magneto is now fixed, which is amazing. Bitrate was at 10,000. Yeah, no lower. Yeah. So lower the bitrate just a bit, and I bet you it'll be significantly more functional. So yeah, listen, Net, I have way too many. I'm really happy that I did the wall, the multi-board wall. So I'll do a short on that as well. And I'm not quite done. Like I said, I have some. Actually, let me take these off now and start another print while we're over here. Here, just so you guys aren't staring. Actually, it looks like we'll just go to 12. For those that are sticking around. There is a pinned comment at the top of YouTube chat and Twitch. It'll take you to gleam.io, where you can fill in a question and have a chance to win some Polymaker filament. As you can see here, they're a sponsor of my live streams, and they give away some filament at the end. You can be international, literally anywhere, so no problems there. So let's take off this stuff and start another one real quick. This build plate has been so tacky. Woo! Straight popping over here. Have you seen ProForge 5, the ultimate tool changer? I have. I messaged them, but I heard nothing back. Yes, I think the tool changer that I'm really excited about is actually SnapMaker. Simply because SnapMaker can sell to the bulk public and not just like an enthusiast or just like a shop or an engineer. So I think the potential with such an inexpensive and simple tool changer is a really big deal. And SnapMaker, as you guys know, has some really, really high quality machines. I remember catching the stream where you were plotting that out. Yes, which one? Oh, the shelf? Yes. Here, let me just hit print again, because I need 3 more of these little shelves. Print again. We're about to cross 400 hours on the H2D there, which is cool. Twitch stream is fuzzy again. See? Who knows? I don't know what the deal is with that specifically. All right, but here's how the newer ones work. Here, let's change this up a little bit. Got to put these in view because they're so freaking cool. Can I scramble them? Maybe like... Ooh, yeah. Look at that. The way that I do these shelves, or these new shelves, unlike the video that I put out there with these, is we have to find some... These are 2 regular ones. Find ones with arrows on them. None of the ones I'm picking up have them. Okay, here we go. So there has a little arrow. So this is the moderate weight holding ones. So you kind of click them into place, and I made these a little bit longer. There's a remix on things. So these are the snap locks or screw locks. I don't know what they're called anymore. There's too many words. I can't remember. I use these little pliers to kind of just grab both sides, and you don't want to over tighten. So we'll get those. Where are they all hiding? Why are they all hiding? There we go. Put that to the top. Right there. Throw this in there. Okay, so now this will hold a bunch of weight, but to get it to the next level, we want these arms, and there's these little new pieces that kind of snap into the bottom. And these, you don't want the ones with dots on them. You just want the regular snaps on there. And I'll try to zoom in over there to put one in. Let's see. Because I will have some more consoles coming. All right, so that's one. Mostly because I'm just a crazy person. There we go, like that. Bada bing, bada boom. And I finally get to display my original Game Boy, like from my childhood, which I still have. All right, so here's how this works. So the ones with the dots, they have a little lip to them. So to put this in, you kind of put this in like that and push down, and that snaps. And then for the bottom, you can just push this in, and they have an entire grid system on the bottom here. And you just want to push those little teeth into here, and they make a nice little click. Okay, they didn't that time, but I felt it. See, they're hard to take out. If you want them to be a little bit more permanent, you put a little piece of filament in there between those teeth, and it makes it much more rigid. So to put this on, let's see if I can do it from here. You guys see over here? All right, like I want one on the same level as this, and I'll step away to show. So you kind of just wiggle it in place. Sometimes you have to hold the bottom to kind of, so it doesn't flex out of your way. So that's on there right now. Can I zoom in? Oh yeah, there we go. All right, and then we got one here, and we just push these in, and now, you see what's happening here? Let's zoom out again. Zoom in. Oh, that is okay. I want more zoom. I want extreme dramatic zoom. And then you kind of click them, bam, bam, and now this thing can hold all of the weight. Like it can hold a lot. Like my board game's displayed right there on it. So yeah, I have 4. Oh, I don't need 3 more. That's okay, I guess. Yeah, I'll take them. That's okay. We don't need time lapse. Next. And yeah, print. But yeah, I just get out of here. So yeah, this was the idea. Now I just have to clean all that up, paint this pole black. And my long-term idea here is I'm gonna drywall, because this is old school paneling that's painted black. I'm gonna drywall this, and I'm gonna continue the wall all the way to here where my light is, and then I'm gonna have one of those barn style rolling doors, because I do want these 2 rooms to be completely separate, and that way I can truly make this the studio part and have that part be more of the office portion with the editing station and more of a storage area with racks and stuff. I think that'll be better. Or it can even be, or I can technically move this whole thing in that on that end and have this be like a kid's playroom or whatever. So it's like a Game Gear. Nice. I never. One thing I never had was the Game Gear. They're cool though. Have you used the laser much? No. No, I don't have the version of the H2D with the laser. I specifically requested not to have it. I don't really use it. I don't really want to be honest. It's kind of weird like that. I do have other laser engravers, but it's not my thing. Not my thing. That takes up way too much desk space, even closed up. I want a wall mount. Oh, the Hodo. Yeah. For sure. The Hodo is definitely going on a wall. Bolt lock. That was the word. See, I'm catching up. I just got an invitation to Hodo Tools myself. I'll definitely be checking them out. Oh, nice. There you go. Yeah, definitely. Hodo Tools makes surprisingly good tools. Nintendo wall. That's right. Console storage clean on the mine. Hey, I don't know about that, man. But yours is vast. Mine's... First of all, B Cuddy, I was talking about you earlier about needing your help for the tool changer. I think that's what I'm going to do in tomorrow's stream. If you're going to be around, that'd be cool. But yeah, this is the current setup. All the way down to my all-metal switch. And I have a few more that I specifically want. And then, these I've been building, and I do want to build some more builds and put them in my store. Those are for sale, by the way, on 3dprintsos.com. What's the update on that garage game? Oh, Nigel, Phil, first of all, thank you. I believe you can buy them. One in Germany in German. I do have some English cards and the rule book in PDF form that I can send. I also have the cards in English, but there was never... I intended the game to be an Americana-themed American game for the American market. But it just so happened that the publisher tried to publish... They published it in Germany for the German market. And the games in Germany, Euro games in Germany are more popular. This is a Euro-style game, but it's a very thematic game. And those especially like family weight, aren't super popular in Germany. So the game did not do well. So at the moment, I do own the rights to the game, and I have an idea for what to do with it. I'm not going to give it away quite yet. But the only way I think you can buy it at the moment is by going to Board Game Circus. Let me make sure I said it correctly. Yep, Board Game Circus. You can buy it from them in Germany. And if you do, I will gladly send you guys the PDFs for English rules if you want, and the English event cards. There aren't that many, and you can easily just play it with the event cards and just look it up. But yeah, I'm still extremely proud of that game. I started working on it before my daughter was born. She's almost 10, so it's been a long time in the making for that game. And in a way, I've kind of given up at this point of trying to do anything in America for it, because I just don't have the time. And switching over to a board game, to marketing a board game is serious work. Like running a YouTube channel is serious work. Selling a board game is serious work. It takes a lot. You have to be constantly selling it, constantly pitching it, constantly showing off, constantly making content, and even then, it's likely swept under the rug. So I just don't have the capacity at the moment to do it. But I like I said, I have an idea of how to bring it back in a different way. So I got to make sure the math works out on it, like math in the game itself. I don't know if that was the answer you were looking for. There you go, guys. That is what's going on with Grease Monkey Garage. I definitely can be there. Awesome. Yeah. I'm thinking tomorrow we get the Tool Changer Micron running on the proper firmware. I don't even know what that firmware is or how. None of it. I know nothing. So I'm going to go in kind of blind and see if we can get it running on the one tool head Because right now it works as a 3D printer. Like, it's fully functional. It's great. But now I have the docks on there. And before I even put a second tool head on there, I want to have it on the firmware running with a single tool head. And then we can just build up the tool heads in a different live stream and just send it. So that's what I'm thinking we're doing tomorrow. How do you feel about the Yumi 3D printer Kickstarter? Have you been following it? On a large format, that's my first pronouncement. But yeah, I've never heard of it. So that should tell you more about that. Let's check it out. Yumi. I gotta be careful what I search here. Yumi 3D printer. What am I looking at here? It's the fastest multicolor printer in the galaxy. How do I feel about this? Up to 12 colors, 700 MMS, low waste, open source. Max Excel is 20,000. It's a bed slinger. Laser engravers? What are they talking about? Your own nano computer, Smart Pi 1. Huh? Open source clipper pad with Yumi OS. Yumi Smart Pad. In early 2024. Wow. What would it take to make multicolor 3D printing truly clean, fast, and accessible to all? TikTok, huh? I do like that it's all open source. Although it's funny because they say it's all open source and then they immediately called it their own thing instead of just saying, you know, they're saying ClipperPad, but what's called Yumi or Yummy OS. 3 build sizes. 235, 335, 435. Lord have mercy on us all. It seems these numbers seem kind of extreme. Is this for real? Guys, you're talking about I'm gonna need headache medicine. You guys are talking about 700 MMS and 20,000 Excel on a 435 millimeter bed slinger with that on top of the gantry? Booyah, I wouldn't do it. It seems like a young company that is not in over their head. That's not true. They could be brilliant. But it seems like they're using a lot of numbers to try to market a fairly regular machine, if that makes sense. I would have loved it to be more realistic. I do like the modularity, the open source nature. A lot of red flags I just saw. You made your own game. I've made this is my 3rd published board game. I've done art for certain board games, for other board games. I've designed and published did the art and published Dice Bazaar and Battle of Duroc, and also did the art and design for Grease Monkey Garage, but it was not published by me, published by a different company. And then I did the art for a really fun game that I actually haven't played in too long, but called Ancient Artifacts. That was a really fun game to do art for. By the way, guys, there's 3 minutes left in the stream before the giveaway. So there's a pinned comment. If you guys are sticking around and you want to win some Polymaker filament, go ahead and jump in there. But that's pretty cool. Thank you. You need a baller to promote your game or next model. So me. I'm gonna work on mine tonight a little, and I'll send some links, dude. That'll be so helpful, man. Mine currently works as a single tool head tool changer. Still need to add the rest. Nice. That's what I want to get to tomorrow. I think I want to get it to be a single tool head tool changer. Yep. Yes. Yes, Ranovic. This is what they do, lives on TikTok every day. Oh, okay, that's cool. I can appreciate that. Total rug pull. Yeah, I mean, a 435 millimeter bed slinger. There's no way you're gonna be printing it. There's just no way. Like, maybe it can hit those speeds just moving around, but a bed slinger printing some object in anywhere near the capacity of that size, and that thing is gone. It just won't. They should have just stuck with a smaller machine or have the medium machine. 3 is too much. Yeah, it's a lot of kilograms on top of there. Hey, Kegel, how you doing? 700 millimeters is doable if they don't care about the print comes out. Yeah, I mean, it can definitely move. Like, you can make a printer move that fast. Just recently, when we did the Magneto X, when I had it just sitting here with the motion test, was 800 millimeters per second and 10,000 acceleration. Remember that, when it was just breaking my table essentially? But that's not printing. That's just movement speed. You can go even faster than that. I think Yumi is Wanho. Oh, okay. I've heard of Wanho before. Not at all. I don't know if that's too that. If you're looking for fast, reliable, multicolor printer, then you get the A1 Mini. If you want open source, build a box turtle on top of Clipper. There's more. Another printer that I could recommend, especially if it's your first machine, and this is literally a video that I'm working on now, is I have a comparison between the Cobra S1 right here and the FlashForge 85X. I think the 85X is actually a really good entry level, doesn't cost much machine. And I would really recommend jumping in that if that's the cheapest, like, bottom line amount of money that you have. I think that there's a bunch of things you can do to it. You can add completely open source Clipper to it if you wanted to. All sorts of fun stuff with the 85X. And then the Cobra S1 is just solid. It's already enclosed. It has a heated AMS unit. And that, I believe, is like $600 or something like that. So a little bit more than the 85X, but a really entry level really good first printer, if that makes sense. So I'll have a video for that. Hey, Plague, how you doing? I think I'll wait for Bamboo's 335 printer if it exists. It could. It's good. Waiting for Bamboo stuff is difficult, though, because you just never know. I go Prusa XL. I would too, but the price is the reason why I still don't have one. I just can't pull that kind of thing all the time, Tool changes are fun to build. Yeah. Hopefully tomorrow's stream, we will be working on this one. Just move all the stuff out of the way. Put this over here before I cut myself. Hopefully we will get this one closer to working. There we go. Let's move this a little bit. There we go. We'll save this camera for tomorrow's stream. Oh, it's completely in the way. Cool. Good job, Feder. Hold on. Be patient. Hold. There we go. One. What am I doing here? Here we go. We can even push this back some. This one. Right there. So right now I have one built but not finished tool head and another one down below the table. And this one is on here and fully functional. So this printer right now can turn on and print and work. Don't mind this cable. That's for previous. But I just need firmware. So tomorrow we're gonna figure that out. And if the firmware works, then we'll get on with the other tool heads, build them up real quick, and throw them on here. So that should be fun. Yeah. Yep. Yep. He's usually on point with camera views. You know, sometimes it's when it gets late in the day. You know. All right, guys. I think it's time for the giveaway, right? Let's close this. Let's see how many you entered. 62. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Here, let's go to this view. All right, you guys ready for the giveaway? Everyone in? Everyone ready? All right. Let's go. I'm going to the other side. Let's go to winners. Let's do draw winner. We are going to draw one, please. Okay. We are going to announce the winner in widget with avatar. Announce. Congratulations to Wade F. Wade F, congratulations. Looks like you were entry number 11, so you've been here for quite some time. Wade F, are you in the chat? If we don't get a hold of Wade F in a few minutes, I'll have to pick somebody else. So we're waiting for the chat. Wade F, please confirm that you are here. I had issues with the bushings coming loose on my shuttle, so I changed the CNC shuttle. On FiSec works flawlessly. I hear really good things about the CNC shuttle. Winner, winner, filament dinner. That's right. Hey, so far the name checks out. Hey, Wade, confirm the 3 last letters of your email. And before you guys start trolling with a .com, I'm not talking about the actual end address. I'm talking about the name in your email address. Confirm the last 3 letters. Steak filament. That'd be nice. Hey, it's him. It's him. Wade, congratulations. You've won yourself some filament from Polymaker. What you need to do to receive this is to send me an email at fedor@3dprintsos.com. So Fedor is spelled Fedor. So shoot that over to fedor@3dprintsos.com. Just say you won the filament on this date. And I'll confirm your email address and your name and all that fun stuff. And I will send you a code that I get from Polymaker and a form, a winner's form that I get from Polymaker. And you'll put that code that's unique to you into the form, and it will add that money or whatever the winning is to your account. And you'll be able to buy whatever you want, add on, save it, whatever you want to do, split it. However, in fact, I know from other folks that if you catch a sale on some of their filaments, you could even get more than one with the amount you win, which is really cool. So congratulations. Let me know, confirm in the chat that you know where to send it and what to do, and I'll probably get back to you probably tomorrow with that information if I get your email. .com. I knew it. I knew it. Lucky guess. Yeah, absolutely. Wait. There's a company in the EU that's 3D printing steaks? Really? I did that once. I think Zumi actually has the remains of the chocolate printer. I got it. All right, cool. Awesome. Mystery me. Mic placement. Oh, yeah, you like that? You like that? I had to. I figured if it's in the center, it's going to be weird, right? Speaking of which, by the way, if you guys are interested in a shirt like this, or this shirt, or shirts like it, head on over to 3dprintsos.com. These are all designs that I make myself. I keep the prices literally as cheap as possible. I barely take any commission on these things. They're not here for me to make money. They're here for you to be able to support the channel and get something physical in return. So there's a whole bunch of shirts. There's some hoodies you can get. There's a whole bunch of swag like these rubber mats. I use them every day. There's a bunch of mugs. I use them every day with various hot ends that I illustrated, which I probably need to update at some point. And then a few gaming consoles that I have left here that I build by hand, as well as the ability to order one completely in whichever colors and combinations that you like, as well as the updated macro SOS design. This one is version 1. This plays Game Boy Advance, essentially. And the other one adds DS and a couple other systems and whatnot. It's obviously a little bit more expensive because there are a lot of tiny little hands-on work. It takes hours to do by hand. And everything's printed here. Yeah, so check that out. I hope you guys utilize that. It's really fun. I wear it to all my craft shows. Nice. Make some car stickers. Oh, like you mean like 3D Print SOS decals to put on cars? They do have decals on here actually, and I thought about doing it, and then I was like, why would somebody buy my like why would somebody buy my sticker like that? But maybe if it was this with a logo there, that could be cool. I don't know. I'd love to hear some feedback from you guys. Yeah. That's hilarious. California is the car sticker nation. That's true. That's what I hear. All right, everybody. I'm going to cut it loose today, and we're going to do another stream tomorrow. Horse milk shirt. True. We are going to do another live stream tomorrow, and I'm thinking we're going to work on the Micron. If we can get that thing moving along, I think that would be awesome. I was going to do the Prusa Core one, but I think I'm going to wait about a week before I do that one, and maybe we'll tackle that next week. Or maybe I won't tackle that until this one is done. I don't know. I feel like I have too many unfinished projects, and I know they're going to be a little bit upset with me that I'm not just jumping right in it and it's here, you know. Maybe we'll do one day where it's an unboxing, another day finishing this thing. That's everything. So, put big snip sticker on the back window. Nice. Appreciate that. Not enough Micron build streams. All right, cool. So that's what we'll be doing. All right, everybody. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I had fun as always, and we'll do it again tomorrow. What do you say? All right, everybody. Congratulations, Wade, on your filament winnings. We'll do it again. We'll give away some filament tomorrow too. I like big snips. I like that. I like big snips. All right, sleep time for everybody. Go get some rest. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.